GSMC Baseball Podcast, bringing you our third segment, which is going to be going over the final leg of our power rankings here, going from number 21 to 30. And yeah, let's get into it. So, third segment. First off, at number 21, I have, of course, the very underwhelming, very disappointing Houston Astros. Now, going into the start of the year, I, like most people, consensus thought that the Astros were a top 10 team. I thought that they were the third best team in this American League. But it has not turned out well for them this year. We've kind of looked at the Astros over the past few years as kind of invincible, thinking that no one can stop them. I mean, they've made, a million ALCSs in a row. But it seems that this year it's shown they are vulnerable and they are not invincible. So just the injuries have really stockpiled this year with so many pitchers going on the injured list. I mean, you could make a rotation with the pitchers on the injured list right now. You'd have Lance McCullers, Luis Garcia, Christian Javier, Jose Urquidy. That's honestly a pretty good top four, and that's just on their injured list. So if I had Justin Verlander be on the injured list as well, and he's old as well, so would not be surprising if he goes back there. You've had Alex Bregman underperform, and yeah, just all of it's kind of culminated to a not great Astros team. And it's really been the pitching. That's really what's been their Achilles heel this year. You've had guys like Spencer Arrighetti come in and not been great depth. Hunter Brown, same thing. So not great with the pitching this year. That's really what has been the reason they have not been as great this year. So number 21 here for my power rankings, and that's it, unfortunately. Number 22, I have the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now, maybe a little high for the Pirates, but I really like what they're doing, and I think this team is much better than what their record says and where I have them placed. Of course, you have that dynamic pitching duo of Paul Skeens and Jared Jones. I mean, these guys at the top two of your rotation are incredible pieces to have for the future. Skeens as a guy who is going to be a future ace. We've already seen that with him being the first overall pick in the draft. Jared Jones, a prospect who has really exceeded all expectations for him once he made the rotation at the start of this year. I expect him to be pretty good, but man, he has been fantastic this year. So, yeah, absolutely great for him. You also have, some good offensive pieces. You have, of course, guys like Nick Gonzalez, who's been pretty good. Connor Joe's been very solid as well. Brian Hayes doesn't offer much to the bat, but is on and off, and also provides amazing defense. So there's that. So, yeah, a lot to like about this Pirates team. I haven't really said that in the past, but, yeah, very nice things here to like about this team. Have a lot going for them in the future, and as it gets later into the season, I would not be surprised to see them getting higher up here on this list. Number 23, I have the San Francisco Giants. Maybe they're a little low, but I don't really care. I don't like this team, and I don't think they're that good. The offense just sucks, man. Like, it's really, really bad. I don't know what other way to put it. The offense is really, really bad. There's not many pieces here that, that excite you. Not many players here that make you want to come to the ballpark or watch this team. Just a lot of underperformance, especially with Jorge Soler, who I really thought would make this lineup a lot better. The pitching is good, but Blake Snell has been struggling and been on and off the injured list all year. Alex Cobb, Robbie Ray, still injured. So, yeah, not great with this Giants team. I kind of thought they would just need to be decent to hold it over until the first half, but they've definitely been underwhelming, and not a fan of where this offense is heading for the rest of the year. So, definitely some iffy situations here, and that's really it. So, that's all there is to talk about the Giants. Number 24, I have the New York Mets. The Mets have done better as of recently, winning 3 out of 5 and sweeping the Diamondbacks. Going to London now, which will be our 5th segment in this show. Stick around for that. And, are playing the Phillies. That should be a fun series to watch. But, yeah, just very up and down with this team. One day their offense looks amazing. The next it looks horrible. One day their pitching looks like you have 5 Cy Youngers. Then the next day it looks like they shouldn't be pitching in AAA. So just a very up and down team. I think they just need to find some consistency. Once you get Alvarez back, once you get Senga back, it should look like a better team. Once Christian Scott comes back up from the minor leagues and they're done resting him, trying to limit his innings, this should be a much better team. Very excited to watch them when fully healthy. I think Senga, you see the jersey back there. Yep, the SoftBank Hawks jersey, that is his. So, see, once that guy comes back over there, I'll be very excited to watch this team and see what does end up happening with them. I think they'd be much better than what is going on right now, but we'll have to see, and it's the Mets, so you never really know about what can happen with this team. So, number 25 here, I have the Washington Nationals. The Nationals I did have above the Mets last time, but the Mets just swept them in their own ballpark, so I did have the Mets above them now, of course. Nationals have a lot going for them, but just not this year. Dylan Cruz, James Wood, Robert Hassel, really good young prospects coming up through that system. But at the same time, they're not up yet. There still are some good young pieces on this team right now, like C.J. Abrams, like Mackenzie Gore, like Josiah Gray, who was hurt, unfortunately. But there's a lot to like about this Nationals team, but haven't really put it all together. And without the younger prospects, there's not a lot of overall depth in this team. So, yeah, I'll look for them to get better throughout the season as younger players come up and develop more. And next year as well, I do think they'll actually be a pretty decent team. So, more looking out for over there. So, that's really it for them. But 25 here is a good spot. They're not a good team, and I think anything would show you that. 26 here, I have the Los Angeles Angels. The Angels are really bad. They lost their best player. Not much else to say here. Once Trout went down, we knew that they would be really, really bad. Nobody's even really stepped up with this team. Just some perplexing decisions with the manager side and who they have in the lineup. So this team is bad. Its organization has no direction, doesn't know what it's doing. I thought there would at least be something to like with this team. I thought there were some good younger players like Nolan Shanuel, Nelson Rada, Mickey Moniak, Joe Adell, Zach Neto, but no one really has stood out yet. So not great with this team, and 26 here. So we're moving into 27 and 30 here, and I want to give a preface that these four teams are the worst of the worst. I think these are really kind of separating themselves in terms of bad from everyone else in this list, so keep that in mind. 27, I have the Oakland A's. The A's, to their credit, haven't been as bad as we expected them to be. I mean, we all expect them to be the clear-cut number 30 choice here, but Mason Miller has done very well this year, of course. Have gotten some decent pitching performances from the rotation. Brent Rooker's been a beast with the bat, so there are a lot of things to like about this team, but overall, after those little things, it just becomes a bad team. Not saying what I want to say, bad team. So, yeah, definitely not great, and definitely a team that isn't the greatest with the roster. So, yeah, have him here at number 27. Number 28, I have the Marlins. Again, the A's, they're bad. They've already started selling off pieces, trading a rise to the Padres. So, yeah, not much to like about this team. They're going to be trading even more, at least some of the good players that actually make you want to come to the ballpark, like Jazz Chisholm, Jesus Luzardo, Canner Scott. So, yeah, this team is bad, and they're going to get worse. 29, the Rockies. Ryan McMahon's here. He's cool. That's kind of it. Yeah, not much else to like about this team. They're really bad. They're the Rockies. We know this, so have them here at number 29. And finally, at number 30, the worst team in baseball, by everyone's account, by my account as well, the Chicago White Sox. Man, is this team bad. I mean, wow, this team is bad. This team is bad. Yeah, the White Sox are really bad. I don't know what else to say here. They're really bad. Tommy Pham's been good, and that's kind of all there is. Gregor Crochet's good, and he'll probably get traded at the deadline. Luis Robert is also probably getting traded at the deadline at this point, which would be crazy. Really spice things up, so I'm hoping for that. Just don't get traded to the Phillies, please. But, yeah. This team is bad, and they're clearly the worst team in baseball, in my opinion. So, yeah. That is our fourth segment here, talking about our power rankings going into the final leg of it. We'll be moving into our final two segments here, going to our fourth one, which is going to be talking about the Yankees and the Dodgers, their series preview. It's a very important series, and we'll talk about it more after the break. So thanks, and bye.
For the best and latest podcasts available anywhere, go to the podcast app on your cell phone and type in GSMC to access free content-rich podcasts.